Peace. How you doing? This is Dr. Samori Swygert signing in your black world. 3HM, 2 minutes and some change. Today, I want to talk about some things. Oftentimes, there's some very important stories that hit the news circuit, and they're briefly mentioned, and then they slide under the rug into obscurity and into the twilight zone of information. We forget about it. But a lot of times, they are short but very potent and interesting stories. So one thing is that I'm thinking about how the news always tends to mention these gang killings, these drug killings, the murder rate of Chicago. Okay, if you go to the BBC News, I'm pulling up. That's what I'm showing to you. So you go to the BBC News, you can type up Chicago killings. It's like a crate of guns got dropped off. So there. You had some gang members that were like, look, you know what? Yeah, I'm in a gang, or I've been in a gang, but I've never seen anything like this before. Like, it's literally like people are dropping crates of guns off inside the neighborhood. And so then when we talk about this rise in the murder rate in Chicago, we are only reporting the byproduct. We are not examining the causes of this. We're not examining all of the ingredients that make up for the pie that we eat in the form of news. And so we're going to try and get down to the how and the why in this brief presentation. So how always demonstrates process. Why always demonstrates purpose and intent. The how and the why. Now, when you check this out on the BBC News, think about it for a little bit. I then want to bring your attention to this article. This article was published last year in October on CNN. So this isn't conspiracy theory. This is public domain. CNN, South Carolina, 10,000 guns were seized in this South Carolina home that was owned by this guy right here, Brent Nicholson, right? Now you have to ask yourself, 10,000 guns? 10,000 guns. And he said that the value of the items seized from the home could total $1 million. Okay, so now we have to start asking ourselves, how do you amass that amount of weapons? What are you doing with these guns? So that's just one. Now I want to bring your attention to this. This was in the Los Angeles Times. Dead man with a cache of 1,200 guns identified. He was just a loner. Now, this was July of 2015, right? Right here. And so this guy, his name is Jeffrey Allen Lash. Now, they didn't publish a photo of him, but I'm curious as to what he looked like and more. Now, the thing that's interesting about Jeffrey Allen Lash is they say that he appeared to be wealthy. Now, here's a question, though. 1,200 guns, and you're just a loner. They found his body dead in his car, badly decomposing. When they spoke to his fiance or ex-fiance, she was just like, you know, he was really just kind of, you know, like a loner, like I said. And when they went and they checked his, where did it say right here? Los Angeles police investigators found more than 1,200 firearms and about 2 tons of ammunition inside his fiance's Pacific Palisades home. 2 tons of ammunition. Now, it's very interesting. Listen to what they said. He was either into doomsday survivalism gun collecting, or both. Meaning they're not sure because they use the word either. Okay? He was either. If you knew for sure, you would say one or the other, but he's dead now, so you will not know. Okay? But then, if everybody says that he was a loner, how would you know what he did? It's interesting that you can just make these assertions. Now, let a black man be found with 1,200 guns. He's not going to be considered a doomsday survivalist or a gun collector, okay? They're going to say that he's trafficking guns. All right? Now, we then have to think about this statement again. It's like crates of guns are being dropped off, okay? 10,000 guns here. We've got 1,200 guns here. How are these men amassing all of these weapons? All right. This is serious business right here. This is very serious. And now we know that you have a lot of these neo-Nazi, white supremacist militias, and they are stockpiling weapons, as you saw in this Los Angeles Times case. And he had 2 tons worth of ammunition. 2 tons. So you have to ask yourself, these guys are aiding and abetting somehow in maybe a stockpiling in race wars, or they are facilitating the gun trade in much of these inner urban cities that are highly populated with black and brown people. So that's the gun aspect. Now let's get into the drug aspect. If you just type in, you go to Google and you just type in Coast Guard finds tons of cocaine, Coast Guard finds tons of heroin, you'll be surprised how much. I'm not even going to put how much articles. I'm just going to pull a few. So we have this one, August 18, 2016. Coast Guards offload 11 tons of cocaine in San Diego. So this was August of this year, 2016, 11 tons. Now 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. 11 tons of cocaine. All right. Now this is CBS News. This is their San Diego affiliate station. All right. And 11 tons of seized cocaine in San Diego Thursday, wrapping up an Eastern Pacific patrol included 15 maritime drug busts. We then go to this one. This is ABC 7 News, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose. Alameda Coast Guard seized more than 6 tons of cocaine, worth $203 million. Now this is March of this year, March of 2016. We now go to this one. This is from Reuters, okay? And this is last year, August 2015. U.S. Coast Guard unloads $1 billion in seized narcotics in San Diego. Look at this. The 32 metric tons of cocaine and 2 tons of heroin were stacked on pallets at the bow of the new Coast Guard cutter Stratton. And this was Reuters. And then we have this one. This is coming from the San Diego Union Tribune. The Coast Guard unloads 21 tons of cocaine. And this is June of 2016. Roughly 21 tons of cocaine seized off the coasts of Central and South America were unloaded in San Diego. All right. The drugs weighing the equivalent of about 42,000 pounds were intercepted by the Coast Guard and Navy vessels during 30 operations at sea between February and May. So we're now asking, let's go back to Chicago, Chi-Town, Chirac, and we talk about these murder rates, the body count, the drug infestation. And I'm simply asking the question. I have no evidence to prove that There's probably some leakage from these tons of cocaines that are being intercepted at sea. I have no evidence to prove that these 1,200 guns being found by found at this one person's house, or these 10,000 guns. Where if these are just two guys, how many more caches and stockpile sites and compounds have an arsenal of guns that are used in gun trafficking? How much heroin is skimmed before it's really reported to the news? Is it possible that you may have somebody that may be corrupt that can say, okay, well, we got 21 tons. Let's take off 100 pounds. If we're dealing with 6 tons, what's 100 pounds? But 100 pounds of raw heroin and cocaine, that's good money. So this is the thing. These are the things that I think we need to really start paying attention to, because this, for some reason or other, I don't care what anybody says, there's got to be some type of connection to Chicago and a lot of other cities where you see this the gang warfare and the murder rate and everything like that. So I just kind of want to bring this up to share with you something to think about, something to factor in, because these news stories, they get published, but then they get swept under the rug into the twilight zone, and you never really see or hear from them again. So that's it. Dr. Samori Swygert signing out. This is yourblackworld.net. This is 3HM. This is 2 minutes and some change, and I am out. Peace.